The topic which we are going to discuss today is about Indian Contract Act 1872, and the particular topic in Indian Contract Act we have taken the Contract of Agency section 187. The what is meant by agency and who can create agent, who will be appointed as agent, these things we are going to discuss in this topic. First of all, we should know why the creation of agency is necessary. This is the word of business word with a lot of complexities, and each and every work should be done by the principal or the person who is concerned with business is highly impossible, and the economic activity will also be standstill if the system of agency is not there. So everywhere the system of agency is there. In the when we want to dispose our property, suppose if a person is residing, he is an by birth he is an Indian, but he is non-resident Indian working in America. He wants to dispose of his property in Chennai while he is working in USA. How to do all these things? Because the property in Chennai may not be useful to him, so he wants to dispose. How to dispose? For that, the creation of agency is necessary. That is power of attorney. He is giving some authority to a person to dispose of his property and to give the proceed to the principal. So that is like that. The agency, so many business agencies are there, so many commissions agents are there. So the system of agency has come to the arena of the business, considering the necessity of agency. If the agency is not there, then the business world will become standstill. So that we are going to see in this. First of all, the definition of an agent. An agent is a person who is acting on behalf of other, that is the principal. So for the principal is asking or employing a person with all authentication or by authority is given to him to do the business activity or some other activity as ordered by him. That is he is called an agent, and the person who is employing the person is called principal. So that is called definition of agent. That is, who can employ agent? The agent can be the agent can be appointed by the person who attained the majority, that is more than 18 years, and sound mind. So the person should be, the principal should be of sound mind, and who may be an agent. Like that, similarly, like the principal who is asking another person, who is authorizing another person to do his business, like that the agent also, who can be an agent? A person who is having the contractual capacity to do the to have contractual capacity, that is with sound mind and attained majority, and he is a loyal person. Such of the person who is able to contractual capacity can be employed as an agent. Then we'll see what is the difference between agent and the servant. So agent is appointed by the principal as per the to bring some legal relationship. But servant there is no legal relationship between the servant and master. Like that, bound to follow certain instruction of the principal. So he cannot act independently. He has to act according to the instruction of the principal. Here, the servant is under the direct control of the employer. As per his orders only, as per his wish, he has to do the activity. Then work for the an agent may work for several principals. So for various activity he can be employed. An agent may be an agent for principal A, an agent may be the principal for B, like that. So he can act for so many principals. But in the servant work only for one master. That is the difference between the agent and servant. Now we will see the creating of agency. Suppose what is agency? Agent is a person, and the agency, how agency is created. The person who is doing agent is creating, he is also the agency, he holds the agency. And how to create agency? The agency can be created by authority, and also he is the principal between, he is an intermediate. The agency is an intermediate between the principal and third parties, or he holds the legal relationship between, the agency holds the legal relationship between the principal and third parties. So the principal is there, agent is there, and with third parties he has to deal with the third parties. So between these three, the legal relationship is maintained. That is called creation of agency. That is principal, agency, and third parties. Creation of agency to bound between principal and third parties. So he has to bound by law. And agency may be so how agency is created? Agency is created by express agreement. That is in the written form, or in the written stamp paper, the agreement can be made. That is called express agreement. Section 187 specifically says about the express agreement. Agreement in writing. And the standing example is power of attorney. Power of attorney in a stamped paper. That is, the principal is authorizing a person to do an activity for him. So he may sell the land of the principal on behalf of the principal to the third parties, and the proceeds can be forwarded to the principal. That is called attorney, power of attorney. It is in stamped paper. Legally, he is the for all actions of the agent, the principal is bound, or the principal is authorizing the agent. So what are the actions done by the agent, the principal is bound for that. And then the agency by implied agreement. So even implied means it is not expressed, or without saying, by action the agreement is can be inferred. That is called implied agreement. The agency by implied agreement. That is, the A and B are brothers. Say A is in Chennai, he is in job. B, the younger brother, is in village, he is doing farm work. So what is the thing in that? B looks after the land of A. A's land he is looking after, because he is in Chennai, and in village he holds the land that is looked after by the B, the brother of A. So B is the agent of A. Here, though they are related to each other, they are brothers, but here legally they are bound, and B is acting as an agent of A. That is called implied agency by implied agreement. And then several types of agency can be formed. Agency by estoppel. That is several type of implied agencies. The implied agencies can be created by several types. They are agency by estoppel. Estoppel means that is by a person makes the other to believe that he is the agent of a certain person. So accordingly the action is going on. Suppose if a principal is asking to the hardwares that he is my agent, and whenever he is coming to your shop, you can give the anything which he asked. So I will make the payment. This is called estoppel. The hardware merchant giving all sort of things to the person who is told by the principal. So this is called estoppel. That is the agency by estoppel. That is leads willfully another person to believe that. That is the person willfully lead the another person to believe that yet a certain person is his agent. So he is the person of his agent. So willfully he leads the another to believe that he is the authorized person or agent of that principal. So this is called agency by estoppel. Agency by holding out. Certain things a person may hold. By holding the thing of the principal, he becomes the lawful agent. That is agency by holding out. And agency by necessity. Out of necessity, the agency is created. That is agent exceeds authority. Suppose in an emergency situation is coming, so he may exceeds the authority. He need not seek the principal's order. He may exceed. Suppose if a ship is going and if the there may be some storm may be there, then jettisoning will be there by the captain. That means he may throw some of the goods from the ship. That is jettisoning, called jettisoning. That is called agent exceeds authority in an emergency. That is, in an emergency situation, he may exceed the authority. So he need not wait for the order of anybody. So that is called agent exceeds authority in an emergency situation. And agent can exceed his authority if he is entrusted with property. Suppose a person is entrusted with a property. Say the same example in ship, he may take some goods and the goods are in rotten state. So what to do? Immediately he stop the ship in the next the port, and he may sell the goods at appropriate price. Because if the travel is ensued, then the further rotten will be there and it may not fetch any value. So he is taking his own decision. That is, the exceeds his authority if he is entrusted with property. So when property is entrusted, he may exceed his authority if it thinks fit. Then husband and wife. Suppose it is the duty of the husband to maintain the wife. It is the normal custom. And when no adequate provision is given by the husband to the wife for the maintenance or the sustenance of life, then she is entitled to pledge her husband's credit. So if he is having any credit, she can pledge that because of his necessity, because of her necessity. So this is between husband. This is also implied agency. And then so the wife is acting as an agency or agent. And agency by ratifications. That is, suppose ratification means that is once action is done, and then afterwards the what are the action taken by, for that the proper acknowledgement is obtained from the principal. That is called ratification by agency. Suppose a person is entrusted with the agency, and he thinks fit that the goods are to be insured. He insures the goods even without the knowledge of the principal, because he thinks fit that it is it is beyond his authority, even though it is proper on his part, then he can get the approval from the principal by ratification. That is called ratification. Afterwards, he gets the approval from the concerned principal. That is called ratification. Then agency by operation of law. That is by operation of law become the agency is created. Suppose the partner is the agent of a firm, so his acts will be binding on the firm. So by what all the acts done by a partner, it is binding on the firm, because by operation law he is also part and parcel of the firm. So this is by operation of law he becomes the employed agency. So these are all with regard to the agency. Then kind of agency and another thing we will see in the forthcoming video. தமிழிலே ஒரு இந்தியன் கான்ட்ராக்ட் ஆக்ட் 1872 முகவர் அல்லது முகவாண்மை என்ற தலைப்பின் கீழ் பேசுகின்றோம். இன்றைய காலகட்டத்திலே பிஸ்னஸ் ஆக்டிவிட்டி வளர்ச்சி அடைந்திருக்கின்ற நேரத்திலே ஒரே ஆள் எல்லா வேலையும் செய்ய முடியாது என்பதால் ஒரு பிரின்சிபல் என்பவர் முதன்மையானவர் அவர் தன்னுடைய பொருளை விற்பதற்கோ அல்லது வேறு அவருடைய வேலைகளை செய்வதற்கோ ஒரு ஆளை நியமிக்கின்றார். அவருக்கு முகவர் என்று பெயர், ஏஜெண்ட் என்று பெயர். அந்த செயலுக்கு முகவாண்மை என்று பெயர். இது செக்ஷன் 187 சொல்லப்படுகிறது. யார் ஏஜெண்ட் என்படுகிறார்கள்னா, ஒரு பிரின்சிபலுக்காக இன்னொருவர் அவருடைய வேலை செய்தால் அவருக்கு ஏஜெண்ட் என்று பெயர், முகவர் என்று பெயர். அவர் சவுண்ட் மைண்டாக இருக்க வேண்டும். அதே போல் கான்ட்ராக்சுவல் கெப்பாசிட்டியாக இருப்பவர்களெல்லாம் ஏஜெண்ட்டை நியமிக்கலாம். அடுத்ததாக ஏஜெண்ட்டுக்கும் சர்வெண்ட்டுக்கும் என்ன டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கிறது என்றால், சர்வெண்ட்டானவர் ஒரு முதலாளிக்கு அடக்கமானவர், ஆனால் இவர் ஏஜெண்ட் என்பவர் சட்டப்படி நடக்கக்கூடியவர். அடுத்ததாக ஒரு ஏஜெண்ட் பல பிரின்சிபலுக்கு, பல பேருக்கு, பல முதல்வருக்கு ஆளாக இருக்கலாம். ஆனால் சர்வெண்ட் என்பவர் முதலாளிக்கு மட்டுமே ஆளாக இருக்கிறார். அடுத்ததாக ஏஜென்சி எவ்வாறெல்லாம் நியமிக்கப்படுகிறது என்பதற்கு அது ரைட்டிங்கில் எழுத்தால் எழுதி இவர் ஏஜெண்ட்டாக நியமிக்கிறோம் என்று இருக்கலாம், அல்லது ஒரு வெளிப்படையாக சொல்லாமலும் சில ஏஜென்சி நியமிக்கப்படலாம். அடுத்ததாக இம்ப்ளாய்டு ஏஜென்சி, வெளிப்படையாக இல்லாத ஏஜென்சி யாரெல்லாம் வெளிப்படையாக இல்லாதவர்கள் என்று சொல்லப்பட்டால், ஏஜென்சி ஆஃப் எஸ்டாப்பல், ஏஜென்சி பை ஹோல்டிங் அவுட், ஏஜென்சி பை நெசசிட்டி, தேவையானதற்காக ஏஜென்சியை கிரியேட் செய்தல், அதாவது முகாண்மையை செய்தல். அடுத்ததாக ஒரு ஏஜென்சி பை ரேட்டிஃபிகேஷன், அவர் ஒரு செயலை செய்து விடுகிறார், பிறகு அப்ரூவல் வாங்கி கொள்கிறார். அடுத்ததாக சட்டப்படியான முகாண்மை. With this we conclude this video.